Okay, but I know that you've got a serious story to share with us, but a good story. So David, why don't you share?
Absolutely. This is an amazing story. This gentleman here, his name is Samuel, and he is one of our gospel outreach volunteers, we call him, about probably 50 miles from this big city of Bangalore. He has one of the villages out there. He has raised up 10 churches in the last few years.
Wow.
And he has a lot of people who have found Jesus Christ. And of course, when that happens, it is threatening to a population who wants to keep the status quo with mainly Hinduism.
Don't rock the boat.
Don't rock the
This is how
boat.
we do it.
And so eventually they get his number, and there are enough people upset. And so a group of Hindus came after him one day. They beat him, and they had gasoline to pour on his head.
Oh, my.
Yeah, we're talking violence. And of course, he was telling us his story, so we knew he made it out.
Yes, yes. There's a good report. We saw the picture of it.
So we said, Samuel, weren't you afraid?
Yeah.
He says, no, I knew my God was with me. We said, well, how did you get out of this one? And he says, just about the time it was the end, another group of Hindus who liked me and were supportive of my ministry came around the corner. They saw what was happening, and they chased the other guys away.
The Hindus came to his defense.
Yes.
Because they knew this man.
That's right.
What a power of our witness.
It's amazing.
Oh, and so he's literally on fire more for the Lord, right?
On fire. Yeah, that's a good way.
But he wasn't hurt, though.
He was not hurt.
He was, no, all joking aside, though, he was safe. He was safe because
and he's more fervent than ever. He's not thinking of quitting Christianity or stop being a Bible worker. He is just so on fire for Jesus.
Well, I was reading in the Bible where here Jesus had come, and we talked earlier about Jesus in Isaiah, and Jesus had come back to Nazareth, and he was in the synagogue reading from the scripture from Isaiah, and the people then ran him off. So here's the person who is the good news being run off, and but these people came to this man's help. Well, good. We need more Samuels.
we have so many stories like that. People are freed. In Hinduism, there are millions of gods, like 30 million gods. They don't even know how many gods they have themselves.
Right.
And these people are praying vainly to these gods. They will go search a god that might do this and do that for them. And there was one lady, for example, one of our workers went in, he heard about her, and he went to her house, and she had cancer. And the doctors had given her 2 weeks to live. And their faith is like apostolic faith. It's just raw, beautiful faith. And he looked at her and he said, if you can believe in Jesus Christ, you will be healed. And she said, well, who's Jesus Christ? Yeah. They have never even heard of Jesus Christ. So he explained about Jesus Christ. Wow. And she says, I believe, help me. It's almost like the story in the Bible, help my unbelief.
Yes.
And he says, in 10 days, you will be healed. And he turned to leave, and this one blew my mind whenever he told me this. He turned to the lady and he says, and if you are not healed, I will come back and I will worship all your gods that are all around your walls.
Wow.
And he left. He's still worshiping Jesus.
Well, so she was healed.
She was completely healed, and the cancer was completely gone. I mean, these are the kind of stories that God uses ways in that culture that we in the West, they're just new and different from what we are used to.
Yeah, and we say this all the time about the Bible being filled of stories of healing, and God is healing no matter where it is in around the world. We know that. But for these people with their superstitions and their beliefs and all of this is especially meaningful to them when God does those things.